Hello guys, I just wanted to make this video because a couple of aliens really think they're slick lately and well, I hate to say it, but they were kind of wrong about what the Martians did to um to Neptune, you know? Like they thought they would really do that much damage, you know? Like humans here on Earth are still figuring out how to unite the entire planet. These guys already have it solved, and yet somehow they're mad at each other because they didn't beat Neptune. What? Just because you didn't beat the dominant species from Neptune doesn't mean you have to destroy your whole fucking planet and goddamn civil wars over it. Like, you've been dealing with this for 10,000 years. You're in the universe equivalent to the Stone Age right now. Okay? That's where you are. And I know this because I am a time traveler, and I originate from the 21st century, but I am someone who does occasionally visit to the 101st century to occasionally check on the Martians. And yeah, it's just strange, you know? Not a lot has been happening recently. And if you go back to my era, 2026, on the day this video was released, these aliens are not going to get much anywhere. These Martians, as they like to call themselves, tend to do things. And the Neptunites, Neptites, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly because they don't explain it for human languages that well, because they don't have the ability to really understand human languages like Martians do. So it's a little like it's strange, you know, because despite being lower IQ'd than the Martians, somehow they still beat the Martians anyway. I'm not saying there isn't any smart people from Neptune, okay, peoples. But, like, I'm going to be honest with you. They're not the majority. And if you're from Neptune, you know goddamn well that's true, because there ain't no way you could just beat Mars with super intelligence, because they can just copy that. But I guess they say ignorance is bliss. And when it comes to the universe, at least this specific universe, that apparently is the case, you know, at least for Neptune anyway. But Martians, they're really smart. They're really smart. Like, the lowest IQ on record that has been reported in the past, I want to say, I'm talking in Earth years, by the way. In the past 10 years, the lowest IQ has been around 300 to 400 IQ, which is the equivalent of, on Earth, is the equivalent to a raccoon. The intelligence of a raccoon. That's basically what it means. And, yeah. But damn, you know, it's really starting to leak into my particular timeline. I don't know what the time travelers did. Specifically, a certain time traveler. But she's kind of wobbly, you know? When I mean she, I do mean a woman, a cisgendered woman, as they do tend to say, or used to say, in 2026. And, yeah, it gets stranger and stranger and stranger. I don't know what to title this video, but I'm gonna have the intent that you're probably watching this in the 22nd century. So if you are, why? Why? Huh? Did you tell them that South Africa took over the world in 2130? Huh? And no, I'm not exactly giving spoilers because it's not 100% canon, so it's not guaranteed. But it's highly likely, considering that if the battle, the war that they are currently going through, does be successful or does end up neutral, unless it's a loss, but if you most likely neutral, where nobody wins, and specifically Pluto is neutral. And if that happens, then guess what's gonna be canon? Guess what's gonna be fucking canon in 2130? First of all, bricks will fall in 2030, in 2030, and then in 2130, that specific year, China will be kicked out of that group, of that dominant group. It will lose a lot of its power, and so the only power that will be left is South Africa, or what we currently call South Africa, because, again, I can't give direct spoilers on that. You know, I don't want to get the only in one direction of time historians. You know, like the kind of people that would like to stay in one specific, one specific time of, speed of time, which is, going from the past to the present to the future, but always having it interpreted through the current present. Having their past and future interpret through the present, meaning that the past already happened and the future will happen, but they have to do that of whatever is not their current present, that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, Mars did not invade Neptune. Okay? That's a huge misconception on that one. Alright? That was a big one. Okay? I know I'm going to get pissed. I know I'm going to piss off, what's it called? Not Uranus. You don't have to beef with them. They're just kind of there. They don't really mind existing. And then there's, what was it? Saturn. The Saturn Empire, as they recently became. They're joyous about this war, and they're trying to get in and whatever, and yada yada yada. And then Earth, when Earth eventually forms into one nation, because I'm gonna spoil it for that specifically anyways, because, well, the gods know you need world peace. Alright? Maybe even universe peace, if that ever does happen. But I'm gonna let all the gods be aware of this, okay? Polytheism is the dominant form of animism, okay? That type of polytheistic animism, okay? That's where we're at when it comes to the universe lately. Now, I'm not saying they're all like this, but let's be realistic. Neptune ain't fucking around with one god. Just one god, okay? We gotta be realistic. Anyway, yeah. There are some other things that I wanted to say regarding the Central African Republic and, what was its name? Belugia? Balasia? I know it's in the mainland Africa. I know it starts with a B. And then Kenya. And then also, what's that one country called again? I can't remember. I just don't remember that name. Oh yeah, Ethiopia. Ethiopia. They have some things they would like to go down with, you know. It is what it is, you know. Or Nigeria. They don't talk about that, you know. They're basically just Nigerians, but Native African edition, you know. That's basically what they are. That kind of thing, where they're not Jamaican, they're African, you know. They have like basically just African British accents, you know. It's just like British accents, African edition. That's literally what they are. And also their flag looks like Yoshi's belly, you know, Yoshi from Mario, you know, like how his belly has like a white in the middle, and it's got like greens on the side. That's what Nigeria's flag looks like. You know? That's what it looks like to me. But enough about Earth business. You have to understand that when it comes to Gallica 389, we are not beefing around with that motherfucker. No. No. Fuck no. Fuck no. Okay? We do not want to go around and start making shit up. Unless you want to tell the truth now. Getting me on there like baseball, huh? Anyway. You know, I sorta would want to know if that was a JoJo's reference, but I couldn't make up my mind on that. Anyway, I gotta end this video because I got some IRL maxing, in real life maxing to do. Because, you know, aliens aren't exactly the best of peoples lately. So, yeah. Now, tell the, if you're watching this, especially, what do you call it? The they, them? I don't know. On their world, they're both male and female, and they can get pregnant and both get people pregnant. At least that's what I'm told. They have a double gender advantage, unlike humans. What I can say is this. If their leader is watching this, they shall know something. They shall know. Okay? The Gundaguni tribe. Okay? From Uranus. Tell them I said hello. Alright? Alright. I'm going out. And, yeah. Fuck off. Bye!